Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning into Nizzy's Sports Chat. I am your host, Nizzy. And in this video, guys, we're going to give you a quick preview of the Raptors versus Clippers game coming up tonight. Should be an exciting matchup. A lot of playoff implications on the line here for both teams. Clippers are on a 3-game losing streak at the moment, so they're going to be freaking hungry for a win. They're going to want to get back on track there. Right now, they're currently sitting in the 4 seed. And then LA Lakers are in the 5 seed, so that'd be a gnarly first round matchup. I hope it kind of stays that way so we can see one of those LA teams get out early. And it'd just be an epic battle to watch. It would really tire out both of the LA teams in that first round. And I'm not a fan of either LA team, so I'd love to see them get out as soon as possible. I'm more rooting for guys like the Denver Nuggets, Utah Jazz, Portland Trail Blazers, teams like that I'd rather see make it to the finals. I could care less about seeing any team from LA make it. So we'll see what happens, man. Hopefully the Raptors can keep pressing on them and push them to a 4-game losing streak tonight. Raptors obviously had that big win the other day against the Lakers. Kind of been an up and down the last few games here. I think we're a game and a half back right now of the Washington Wizards for that final play-in spot. And we do have a game against Washington coming up after this one against the Clippers. So huge game tonight. This could be a make-or-break point in our season. If we can win this and then beat the Washington Wizards in the next game, we got a very good chance of making it into the play-in. And then if we lose the next 2, there's a very good chance we do not make it anywhere. So it's going to be telling the tale here pretty quick, you guys. In the next couple of days, we'll find out what is going to happen for the rest of the Raptors season and if they'll get a chance at the play-in or not. Just a few key injuries for tonight, you guys. We got Paul Watson out still with that same knee injury. OG's out still with that calf rest. I don't really know what's going on. I'm assuming they're just resting guys at this point. I don't think OG's actually injured from his calf anymore. Obviously, Boucher's still out with that knee injury. Trent Jr. is a game-time decision with that thigh contusion. Same thing with him. I think he's been healthy for a while. I think the Raptors are just kind of playing things a little oddball here so they can try and drop in the standings, get a look at some of their younger talent. I think that the Raptors management has just realized that there's no shot we're winning a championship this year. We got a chance of making in the play-in spot, maybe even making it past the first round of playoffs if we can somehow get hot. But the realistic chances of us actually making it to a finals and winning in the finals is just such a slim opportunity this year for us. I don't think we have a good enough team right now to do it, especially on the bench. Our bench is just not good enough to be able to provide enough points for us to make a deep playoff push. So I feel like that's why Raptors management is kind of sitting guys out, and obviously they're putting down injuries now because we got in shit from the league and got fined for putting down rest, right? Even though every other team in the league rests their stars. But nonetheless, a few guys out for us tonight. Hopefully Gary Trent gets back in the action. I'd like to see him play a little bit here. I haven't seen him in a few games. Then on the other side of things here, the Clippers got 2 big-time players out, and Patrick Beverley and Serge Ibaka both out for tonight's matchup. Makes me happy, makes it a little easier on us. Obviously, Kawhi and Paul George are still going to be there, but that's no concern. Obviously, Kawhi used to be with the Raptors, so I would assume that we're going to take them pretty seriously. We're going to want to give them an ass whooping tonight if we can. It's not guaranteed, obviously, with the Clippers losing 3 in a row. They're going to be chomping at the bit for a W. They don't want to go fall on too bad of a losing streak here right before the playoffs start. So I would expect them to bring everything they have at us here. Obviously, they seen us whoop LA Lakers' ass a couple days ago, so I'm sure that they're not going to be wanting that to happen to them as well. Kyle and Pascal went off last game. I don't know if they're going to be able to continue the hot streak. Usually when guys go off like that, especially guys on our team, they have one hot game like that, they kind of cool off the next game or 2 games after that. So we're going to have to find someone else that's ready to step up tonight, man. I mean, there's a lot of guys that had terrible games against the Lakers. Malachi did not have a good night. You hope he has a good bounce-back game. Bembry played well for us last game. Maybe he'll be able to step up and give us another good quality night tonight off the bench. He could even start tonight possibly at that small forward spot. We had Stanley Johnson in the small forward spot for OG last game. He did not do very well. He got pulled out pretty early there and then had Bembry taken over in that position, as well as Bembry was kind of covering a bit for Malachi there because those 2 guys were really not good for us. I'd like to see some more minutes from Jalen Harris tonight. I think he's doing okay. He had a little bit of a rough game against the Lakers, but he is not getting, I think he played 9 minutes. And then the game before that, he played 3 minutes. So the guy's hardly had any time. He's been dealing with a bit of injury. Obviously, when we had all those COVID issues when they were in the G League bubble there, he was doing phenomenal in the G League bubble, and we had to actually yank him out of there because we needed to fill extra roster spots when we had all those guys go down with COVID earlier in the season. So it's been tough for him and Malachi, man, because ideally on a full season, you'd want to see those two guys not even with the main team. They probably would have spent the entirety of the season in the G League, roasting it up, maybe being a G League MVP, taking us to the finals if there was a full G League season. Which unfortunately there wasn't this year due to COVID and all that bullshit. So we'll see what happens with these guys' development through the rest of the year here, but I do hope that Jalen Harris gets a little more run time tonight. He's kind of that backup shooting guard / backup small forward spot that we could utilize next year if he ends up progressing enough. So interesting game tonight, you guys. We'll see what happens. She's a late one. Easy for me. I'm out on the West Coast here, so it's only a 7 o'clock start time for myself. But I feel for all you guys out on the East Coast, man. Gotta wait till fucking 10 o'clock tonight to watch the game. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully it's a good one and gives you guys something to stay up for out on the East Coast. And yeah, we'll see what happens, you guys. Hopefully the Raptors can keep rolling here and take down both LA teams and keep pushing for that play-in spot. But let me know what you guys think in the comments section down below. You think the Raptors got a chance at the play-in? What do you think our chances are of winning the game tonight against the Clippers? And once again, you guys, this is Nizzy with Nizzy Sports Chat signing off. And thank you guys for watching. Peace.